You can. Now I'd like to invite the children to come forward for the children's message. How are you today? You guys are feeling better? Chloe's not feeling better? You have a headache? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Calvin and Hobbes up on the wall. We know them. We've done them before, right? We've talked about them. Calvin's in the toilet. Have you ever done that? Steve, good. I'm so glad. He flushes the toilet and he gets spun around. Why does he get spun around? Because he flushed it. And what happens to the water in the toilet when you flush it? It goes in a circle, right? Do you know that on the other side of the equator, it spins in the opposite direction? Did you know that? You guys are so smart. Anyway. So there he is at the bottom there saying, "We, ha, ha, ha," gets out. "I'm done with my bath." That was quick. You think that's a good way to take a bath? Well, let's think about it a minute. You guys are too big now. Calvin's a little tiny guy, though. Is the water in the toilet clean? Well, after you flush it, and you walk away and the toilet flushes, and your mom and dad and hopefully you help scour the toilet with stuff. So then you look down in the water, and is the water clean? It is clean. It really is clean. It's the same water that goes in the toilet that goes into your sink. I should have had Danny McCauley tell this story. I mean, he's the plumbing expert. The water comes into your house in a big pipe, and then the pipes split off, and some go to the shower, and some go to the sink in the bathroom, and some go to the sink in the kitchen. It's the water coming in. Anyway, take my word for it. The water in the toilet is clean water. Your dog drinks it, right? Your cat does. See? Your cat does. Is your cat sick? No, your cat's healthy. Anyway, this is a new invention by Calvin on the way to take a bath, right? He invented something brand new. You may not like it, but he invented it. Now, the point, which is a theological point of some eschatological significance, which I was trying to make to you guys, is all the stories we hear about Jesus, there's all kinds of new things happening. And we've heard these stories, and you read them out of the Bible, or you read them in your Sunday school class, and you think, well, this is a Bible story, so I'm going to listen to it. But the people who first heard these stories heard something brand new. And it was as strange to them and as funny to them as somebody who would take a bath in the toilet. And sometimes it's funny. A lot of the stories Jesus told were really funny stories, but we don't laugh today because we think, oh, those are holy stories and Jesus said it. You think Jesus laughed? You don't think he laughed? Maybe we shouldn't be laughing in church then. You think we shouldn't laugh in church? What? You think laughter is a gift from God, or God's not happy when we laugh? It's a gift. And Jesus laughed a lot, I think. We look at these words from Jesus on the page of a Bible, and we think Jesus was very serious all the time. One time he said, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to get into heaven. Is that funny? Of course course it's funny. People are saying to themselves, a camel go through the eye of a needle. The eye of a needle, by the way, actually was a hole in the wall of the city, which you used to be able to just barely squeeze through. But if people were attacking the city, they couldn't get through and get you, see. Or he said, if you think somebody else has got a problem, if they've got a little speck in their eye, which represents the problem, you may have a whole log in your eye. Is that funny?
No.
These were fun. See, I'm doing this because all of us, not only you, but all of us out here, we have trouble thinking about Jesus in very different ways. We all have a very good idea of him. And you've seen pictures of Jesus, right? There's pictures of Jesus in your Bible. There's a whole wall of pictures in the Jesus room over here, all different. Do we know what he looked like? No. We have no idea. But if somebody says to you, Jesus, does your mind get a picture going in your head? What he looks like? Most of us do, but that's not a right picture. That's a guess. Jesus looked very different. And when people met him, they had a very different experience of him than anybody else had ever had. And so you have to think about this. Calvin invented something brand new. It's not something we want to do. But Jesus was always inventing something new. And you know, a lot of the people who heard Jesus didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. When we get to the week before Easter, it's called Holy Week. It's the week that we remember that Jesus was crucified. They nailed him to a cross and let him die because they didn't like the way he thought. They didn't laugh at him. They didn't like him. It's hard for us to understand that. But you always have to remember, Jesus was saying things that the people who thought they knew everything didn't understand, and they didn't like it. Okay, you guys, thanks for singing, by the way. We always like to hear you sing. And you could go to your Sunday school classes.